Hi folks, today I'm going to be making a couple of t-shirts for my own other YouTube channel for somebody who's bought them off of my website. See you in a minute. Right, well, as I've mentioned in other videos, YouTubers are a great source of getting work in for your t-shirt business. I obviously have got my own YouTube channels, not so much this one. I don't actually sell t-shirts for my training videos, but on my other channel, which is Retro Restore, I actually wear, well, you've probably seen in a few of my other t-shirt videos that I do sometimes have my own Retro Restore t-shirt on, and I actually sell them by putting them on my website. I've got a retrorestore.com website as well, and people like to buy merchandise. I mean, I've got about, I think it's about 22,000 subscribers on that channel, and a lot of them are regular people who follow you and comment all the time, and a lot of people like to gain merchandise off of you. So if you've got a YouTube channel, or you know someone who's got a YouTube channel, get yourself a t-shirt designed. If you can't do it yourself, go to a design website, something like maybe Fiverr.com, and get someone to design it for you. I design my own, so let's just go over to the computer and I'll show you what I designed. Right, we're looking online here now. Here's my Retro Restore website, and again, just a basic website, just telling you a little bit about me and Sharon. And you can, if you go to the blog category, for example, it's just another place you can watch my videos, and people can go and watch my videos online basically. But at the top here, as you can see, I've got down stickers, and I've also got down t-shirts. So if I click my t-shirts menu, at the moment of me doing this, I've only actually just got one t-shirt on there, which is the one you've probably seen in some of my other videos. And again, I've just got a drop down menu there of all the different sizes, and as you can see, when I get anything over XXL, I think I've said this to you once before, what I do is I add £1, so $14.99 from adult small to adult extra large, and then after extra large, I put £1 on for every extra L. So a double XL and triple XL, you can see they're £1 dearer, and also the shipping price changes as well. But what I've also done as well, again using the Silhouette Cameo, I recently designed, as you can see, the Trotter lawnmower graphics, which is off of the TV program Only Fools and Horses, and I've actually transferred that onto this lawnmower deck, which I'm actually restoring at the moment on my other channel. And as you can see, I've actually used the vinyl graphics, not for t-shirt vinyl, this is for window sticker vinyl, for example. I've cut out a whole set. As you can see, they go around the lawnmower on the top there in the front, and I'm actually selling these for £15 a set as well. If you've got a t-shirt vinyl cutter like a Silhouette Cameo, you can also do stickers, as I said to you, and a lot of people like their own channel stickers as well. Yeah, just another little avenue as well, stickers to produce these stickers as well. But anyway, we're talking about t-shirts at the moment. So this is a t-shirt which I designed myself, and I've got the graphics over on the Silhouette Cameo. Let's go and have a look at that. So here we are on my other PC, which is where we do all our cutting. And as you can see, I keep all of my templates in the cutter template folder. And this is the graphic I've got just for my white wording on the t-shirt. So all I'll do is so if I want to add some extra ones, I can actually just duplicate this, as you can see. I'm just going to hit that and duplicate, because I'm doing two t-shirts. So I'll just put another one up there, for example. And because I want two of these as well, I'll just duplicate that as well. Like that, and I could put that one down there, it doesn't really matter. It just saves me having to run two separate ones through, and I can utilise this vinyl there. Now again, the cutter is already set up, for example. I've got it set at speed of 8, I've got a force of 7, and I actually do in 2 passes. My vinyl's sitting in the machine, and on this one all you do is you click send. Now I've actually mirrored this already, as you can probably see, it's all backwards, so I'm going to send it as is. But if you've got the selection to send things mirrored, if you haven't got it switched around the other way, but because it's already mirrored, I'm going to send it as is. That will just do the job now and cut that graphic out for me. And then all I'll do then is cut the luminous green one out, which is a different colour, and I'll pull that up and do that as well. Right, so here's all my vinyl cut out for these 2 t-shirts I'm going to do. And all I'm going to do now is, just as you know, you've seen me do this many times, cut them into their individual segments, because I've got, as I say, different graphics on here. go. And just weed them out. So nice when it's organised. That's why I like to keep a nice clean work area when I'm doing this sort of stuff. I know you hear a lot of people say, oh, you can run a business from a kitchen table, but in reality you do need a dedicated workspace, and something like this. As I say, this is a 3 metre workspace here, and this works well. It's just a standard kitchen worktop, but as you know, with this new press I've got, we needed a deeper workspace because it's a lot bigger. It's the DP200, as I've mentioned before in one of my last videos, from Galaxy, and it's worked very well so far. And I'm going to be doing a lot more experimentation with some different types of transfer paper. In fact, I was contacted by a company last week who have a similar paper to the Forever Flex Soft type transfer papers that uses a white laser toner, and they've asked me if I'd review it for them. I did say to them that, you know, I'm going to do an honest review, even though you're sending the equipment to me. You know, if I don't like it or if there's problems with it, then I will be saying what I find in the video, and they was okay with that. So expect to see that within the next few weeks. I don't know when they're going to send the stuff, but I'll willingly give it a try. I mean, at the end of the day, I'd rather do a video like that, trialling out something, and apparently it's supposed to be a lot cheaper than the Forever Flex setup, which, as you probably know now, those of you who watch my Forever Flex transfer videos, which I did do, I went on a training course for them, and although these people did ask me that they would do a training course with me, I said I didn't want to do the training course because the people who are going to be buying this stuff aren't going to be in a situation where they can have a training course. So I'm going to be using it as a beginner, so to speak, with their system, without any specialist training like I did with the Forever paper. So that's coming up in the near future. And as I say, the system apparently is a lot cheaper than the Forever Flex stuff. So it's just something which I thought I'd try and do and give an honest review. So keep your eyes out for that. And as you probably know, I get my vinyls in sheets, as I've mentioned to you before. I've got them here, all under here, all different colours, as I've mentioned before. And where is that? That's not a full sheet. Where are we? There we go. They come, as I've said before, in 330 millimeters by 500 millimeters, and I'm just happy working with these. I know you can get them on the rolls, but it just works well for me. And when I get offcuts after I've done the work, I just stick them in a drawer. I've got a drawer here and full of offcuts, as you can see, all different colours and various things. So there might be something in there which I can use. In actual fact, that's how I got these two aluminous ones. They just come out of the offcuts drawer from obviously something I've done in the past. So that's where I keep them, in there, sort of thing. So that's a little tip for you there. Get yourself an offcuts drawer as well. So again, just going to weed these out. Right, okay, so there we have it. There's all my graphics cut out. Put everything away. Again, another little offcut that goes in the drawer. Saves you using full sheets all the time and cutting into them. Put that over there. Right, okay, so I'll put my graphics over here, lay them out of the way. So I need one black large t-shirt, which is there. And then I also need a triple XL. And as you know, we also keep them in stock as well. So that's our two t-shirts, and as per normal, what I'm going to do is pre-press these as well. And I had someone send me a message the other week saying that they always end up with a square mark when they've pressed the t-shirt, And you will get that, and that's why, as I always do, as I've told you before, I press the whole shirt. I don't just press the bit which we're working on. Well, you know we've got to press it to get the moisture out anyway, but I pre-press the whole shirt, and that way all the fibres completely are laying down over the whole t-shirt then, and you don't just have that patch, a square patch in the middle. So pre-press all your shirt, and you shouldn't get that sort of single square in the middle. What you also will possibly get is when people have an inferior or a cheap press, especially with white t-shirts. I've known people to have burning where the t-shirts are actually burning. Well, that can happen because you haven't got even temperature from a decent press. It could have hot spots on it. And also, where they've tried to do some t-shirt transfers, for example, and they've not stuck because the heat plate isn't heating up evenly, what they've done to try and overcompensate for that is to actually raise the temperature even higher, thinking it's a temperature issue, or put it under for even longer, and that obviously then burns the actual garment. So if that's happening to you, I would suggest that your heat press is inferior, and it's either got hot spots or the element's not heating up correctly. So raising the temperature above what the manufacturers say for the transfers or the vinyls, never really a good idea. So that's just something else to be aware of. So pressing the whole garment might take a little bit longer, but at the end of the day, the finished garment always looks cleaner and tidier when you've folded it up in the little clear bag which we use. And not only that, as I say, it looks more professional. So just take a little bit of extra time to do this, what I'm doing here now. So there we go, and then I take it and fold it back to back, as I've told you before. Get the collars nice and straight, hold the sleeves out till it's level. Let's open that up first, like that. And I'm looking for the line to be hanging parallel. This is the line down here, this line down here, that's the one I'm looking at. I want the front, both sides there, to hang basically straight when it's hanging in its natural position. So once you've got that, then sling it back on the press. Try it again. And I take the sleeves out, and I don't put the collar back under again. Close it, bring it down, and then just give a little final press for 5 to 8 seconds, something like that. And all that does is give us our line down the centre. I've mentioned this many times. You've seen my other videos. If you haven't, check them out. And that's how I get my centre line to know that my graphic's going to be in the centre. Let's put that one there at the moment. I'm bringing it over to my workbench, as I've said to you many a time. So my first graphic is the crosses, the cross spanners. So again, I'm going to fold that back to back and just find the centre of the image by lining the mylar up, top and bottom, and putting the crease down it. It's lucky with this because you've got a centre line going right through it anyway, because it's a cross. So just fold the mylar, and when you open it up, again, you've got, as I said to you before, you've got that line on the mylar going straight through, and the only thing you've got to remember is the gap between the top of the collar and the top of the graphic. So normal rule of thumb, when I start a graphic, I like it in the middle of the sleeve. So the middle of the sleeve is normally where I like to start the top of the graphic. So I'm going to put it there like that. That's the first one on. My next one is my Retro Restore lime green one. Again, fold it back to back, and as you can see there, I'm finding the end of the letters matching together. The mylar's nice and level. Put my crease down the middle, and then open up. There's our nice little crease down the middle, which I'm going to line up again with this mylar. And as I've said to you before, if you cut your mylar straight like I do, I take the trouble to, a lot of people just cut it with the scissors. If you cut it straight, as you can see, my mylar's cut straight, and the one underneath is also cut straight. I can see, look, even there, but the width of the actual overlap there, as you can see, everything's parallel. You can see everything's parallel. There's our folded line down the middle. It goes straight through the fold in that one. It goes straight down the fold in that one. It's common sense. I haven't used a tape measure, but I know that everything's in the centre because I folded the shirt in half and put the centre line down the middle. And so far, everything lays there perfectly without any tape measure whatsoever. The final one is the as seen on YouTube logo. Now again, because I've kept this writing all the same size, I don't change this size at all. It's as I've set it in the software. The YouTube logo has got a little red TV behind the back of it, as you probably know. And I keep a load of these already cut up already sized over here. So that's what I've got there. So I can lay this one on now, but again, by doing the same, folding it in half, line the lines up, as I said to you, make sure it's all level, put my crease in, and that's it. Now I can lay this on top here, exactly the same way, stick it on. Now get one of my little red YouTube TV screens, and this really is the only bit of lining up I really have to do here, because I've got to lay this under the word tube. I've got to cut the word tube and again line it all up. So all I do there is just literally lift this back off, slide that underneath, and then just sort of position it in the right place. This one is literally eyed up. There we go. So literally lift. That one is now in place underneath, and I've got to cut this word tube because that's got to go on again afterwards. So all I'll do there is get my heat tape, and I want to make sure that it doesn't move, obviously. So I'll put a bit there, maybe put a bit on the top bit, and I also don't want this line to move, so I'm going to put a bit at the end, and maybe again on the top bit just to hold the mylar in place. And I'm now just going to cut this out the way because the word tube's got to go on afterwards. There we go. And lay that down, and again everything's in place there, nothing's moved. The word tube goes on afterwards. So over to our heat press, lay it on, just cover it over, push it back in, and again 160 degrees centigrade for 20 seconds, high pressure. And as you can see, the great thing about this press is that it's also got the pressure sensor, whereas the Galaxy press I had before didn't have that. Right, that's it, swing away, take that off, pull it out, all hot peel this lot, so it can all just come off. And all I've got to do now is to put the word tube on there, lined up. Again, you're doing this by eye basically, it's only a small little word. Undo again with a sheet, push it back in, bring it across, and again another press. Now I get a lot of people say, oh, do you put, if you're doing transfers and vinyls together, which one do you press first? Well, realistically, I'll do the hot one first, which is 30 seconds, and then I'll finish off with a 20-second one. But as you can see, I've just pressed this again for 20 seconds. Doesn't matter. Take it off nice and carefully. Pull off the little word tube, and there we go. Absolutely lovely. One garment again for a YouTuber subscriber of mine who likes that. So I'm going to do the other one now. I don't think you really need to see that. So yeah, there you go. Merchandise for YouTubers. It's worth looking. I mean, obviously if you're watching this video, it's a YouTube video. You've obviously got other people's videos you watch as well. They may be popular, they may not be popular. If they've got viewers, then they like to get their name out there. It's just another way that they can get their name out there. So if you contact like 10 people a day, you might get one t-shirt out of it. So work on a little formula. Try 10 YouTubers, just contact them, go to their message page and you can get their email address for business inquiries or whatever. Go to their home channel page or whatever, and then where About Us page, for example, I think there's an About Us tab. Go on there, find their email, send them a message and just say, look, I love your channel, I do t-shirts, I can do you one for a certain price, see if you're interested, it will promote your channel as well, see if you like it. You'll get one person out of 10, for example, and if you're doing one of them a week, or one of them a day, then you can make like an extra 60 or 70, 80 pound profit in your pocket each week, just by finding one. But you've got to be a bit more proactive in going out and getting custom. Don't think it's all about, once you've got all the gear, it will start coming to you. It's a little way to get yourself out there, marketing, for example, at the beginning when you haven't got any customers. So at the beginning, you've got to do these sort of things, put your name out there, but you don't want to be spamming people. There's many a tool out there for spamming people. Don't go down that road with bulk emails and stuff like that. just have a private conversation with the people whose videos you watch. You may comment on their videos. I don't know, but if you do, then you've got a repertoire with that person anyway. Just send him an email saying, I do love your videos, and have you ever thought about doing a t-shirt? I'm in the t-shirt business, I could make you one just to get it on your channel and let people have a look at it, and they might want to buy one off you, for example, and then work out some sort of deal, for example. A lot of these companies called Teespring, for example, where people don't bother about merchandising, they just say, oh, I'll get it automatically created. They charge 19 to 24 quid for a t-shirt, which is way too much. You're coming in at $14.99 with a t-shirt like this, for example, or $15.99 or $16.99 as our sizes get bigger, like up to XXL or triple XL or whatever. We charge an extra £1 over the size of XL. But I mean, that's just my formula. You could be different. You might be happy with charging what you charge. You might. A lot of people don't try and compete with other people. You see a lot of people selling them for £10, for example, or £9 or £7 or whatever. Don't feel you've got to compete with them. You get in contact with the people who you deal with online, other YouTubers. Send them a message. What's the worst they can say? No, or they'll ignore your email. Doesn't matter. Then you move on to someone else. Before you know it, they might want some more t-shirts done in the future, and then you started a little business. You get to the stage then where you get repeat customers coming back to you, like what we do. We do t-shirts for clubs and stuff like that, and we might not hear from them for 4 or 5 months, and then suddenly they'll throw us 50 t-shirts, for example. So just start small. Don't look too big, saying, oh, how much money could this one t-shirt earn me, and blah, blah, blah. How many will I have to produce in a day and all that. You get a lot of people going down that road, first of all, when they're trying to start up, or there's too much competition out there. Well, if that was the case, we wouldn't have been in business for 13 years, me and Sharon, doing this. And who's even doing the mugs? A lot of people saying, oh, there's not a lot of money in the mugs. There's less money in the mugs, but there is still money in it. And if you're doing 1 and 2 things together, like mugs and t-shirts, then you're just giving more strings to your bow. Anyway, there's a little t-shirt video for you there. Don't forget to look out for some up-and-coming videos with this new press and the new transfer papers, which use a white laser toner, which is a lot cheaper than the Forever Flex stuff and the printers they recommend. So I'm going to be setting that up in here and giving it a go and giving an honest review on it. Anyway, thanks very much. Hope you've enjoyed this video. I'll see you in the next video, and until then, check out my Retro Restore channel. Thanks very much. Bye for now.